Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melda Production, and today I'm going to show you how you can use MSuperLooper to create some kind of ambient guitar loops. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is, just like last time, I want to set up my MIDI. So I'm going to insert a new track. We'll just call this MIDI. Okay. Now, all we're going to do is just set our MIDI input, whatever it is on your particular hardware. Okay. I'll turn it on, and now I want to make sure this MIDI input from the MIDI track goes into our main track here. Okay, MIDI all in, good. Okay, and I should have it set up with my guitar amp software. So for me, if you look at the output, what it's going to do is control the volume with a foot pedal like this. Okay, and I have all the other effects and things turned off. This is just a basic preset, but you can use whatever you like. Now let's go into MSuperLooper. So this should be on the default settings. So we're gonna change a few things. So the first thing I want to change is just turn the auto start completely off. We don't want anything happening there. The next thing I want to do is, just like before, go into MIDI, but if you've seen my last video, you know we don't have to do everything again. We don't have to set that up. Just go into whatever your preset was for your specific MIDI controller and just turn that on. So for me, I have it here: record, next, previous, undo, clear. I had those set up with my foot controller. Okay, so now that's set up, we're almost ready. There's a few things I want to change. I want to take the crossfade and turn it off for now. And that's just because we're going to be doing some overdubbing and things, and I don't really want that on. You can also adjust this. I might turn this down a little bit. And another thing, I want to turn on the limiter in case it starts getting too loud. And from there, we should be okay. So I think some people before were a little bit confused about things like this, immediate record and immediate overdub. So I'm going to turn follow host playback on so I can just click on my foot controller and have it start, regardless of what's happening in my DAW. And so immediate record will mean that as soon as I hit it, it's going to start recording. So it's not going to wait for it to go back to the beginning of the loop. So let me just try something quickly with it off so you can see what I mean, like this. So watch the record. Okay, so we have that, and you see it's about 5 seconds. So if I want to go on track 2, I'm going to have to wait for this to come all the way back around. Even if I hit record, it's not going to start recording until the beginning. So watch it like this now. No recording happening. But now I'm going to get to the beginning. Okay, and so let me clear that. It's going to wait for the end for it to clear it too. Okay, so that's good sometimes. It's like, okay, I want to wait till I get back to the beginning of the loop. But if you don't, just click immediate record, so that way anywhere in the loop, it'll just start like this. Like that. You can see I can just start right in the middle if I want to. And the same thing happens with the overdub. And another thing, I turned this off so you couldn't hear it. That's probably annoying. So the same thing with immediate track switch. So now if I'm on track 1 and I want to switch to track 2, if you see I click the next button with my foot controller, it doesn't move until it gets to the beginning of the loop again. So if you don't want that to happen, just click on immediate track switch. And you see it just happens quickly, immediately. So that's what we want. So with that, I think that's about everything we need. So first I'm going to click reset all just to get rid of that. Now, for something like this, what I want to do is I want some effects. Ooh, sorry, that's a little bit annoying. Sorry, my guitar pots are a little bit crackly. But let's go into track 2 and let's add something like maybe a delay. Nothing too fancy. Let's try dotted eighth note delay. Make it in stereo like this. Let's see what this sounds like. And if I didn't want to do that, I could just unsync it and do delay times like this. A little bit longer. around here, I guess. Okay, I don't want to spend too much on this. I can low pass it a little bit too. Okay, now I'll just put a, let's see, let's use charm verb here. Turn it up a little bit, make it a little bit long, and let's see what this sounds like. Okay, so for me, that's pretty good. That's what I want. And on track 3, I'll do something similar. Let's just use the delay. I'll use a dotted eighth, I guess. Same thing in stereo. Okay, let's see how this sounds. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but there we go. Now to get started, what I'm going to do on the first track is I'm going to make sure I have silence, and I'm going to record as much silence as I want for the length of the loop. So something like this. About 5 seconds of silence. You're like, why am I doing that? And that's just so I have a reference down here. I could do something shorter also if I think, that's not good, reset it all, and do something shorter, like maybe like 3 seconds like this. Okay, and this is going to be the length for all our loops. But what I'm going to try to do is just do a bunch of overdubs on track 2. So I'm going to start recording, and I'm just going to use the volume pedal to move in and out and try to, play some chords and things and try to make something that sounds good. I might have to turn this volume down a little bit, but here we go. Okay, so basically that's the idea. So I just overdubbed quite a few tracks on track 2, and then I just used track 3 as just the effects, basically. And so I could do more overdubs with track 3, and of course I could have different effects on track 3, so I could do different types of overdubs and all sorts of different things. And in fact, maybe in a future one, I'll show you how you can use these two things here, and that way you can actually in a live setting, actually switch between them. So if you want to do some real interesting improvisational stuff, you could do it that way with more tracks if you wanted to. So hopefully this gave you an idea of what you can do with the overdubs. If you have any questions about it, please leave those down below. If you like this, give me a thumbs up and check out all the other plugins at meldaproduction.com. Till next time, see you.